This is Kevin Mantle, and today we're drinking 21st Amendment Down to Earth. It is their session IPA. It is 42 IBUs and 4.4% alcohol by volume. 21st Amendment. Can you tell I'm an insurance agent? 21st Century is an insurance company for auto insurance. 21st Amendment is been around in San Francisco since 2000. Looks like I just check out their website. They're getting ready or just opened a brand new center, a new brewery. So they're expanding their reach. Though we've been getting it in Western Massachusetts, Northern Connecticut for quite a while now. I've drank, I don't know, 4 or 5 of their beers. And they got some that are fairly well known. So let's go ahead and give it a crack. I don't know if there's a date on here. I haven't. Oh yes, I do. So enjoy by 7/19 of 15. Today is May 10th, so it should be good and fresh. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave comments because we love talking about beer. I love when there's a freshness state on it because the most important thing with an IPA is the freshness. And this must be fairly new brewed because it's got another 2 months to go. So it's probably only about a month old, maybe 2 months old. Let's take a look at it. We've got a darker yellow, medium yellow maybe. And not a lot of combination in it, just a few small bubbles streaming up. I would say it's unfiltered. It's not particularly hazy, but it's not perfectly clear either. Got about 2 fingers of just slightly off-white head. Fairly nice tight bubbles on it. Most of these session IPAs I haven't been all that thrilled with. The first one I've ever did was Founders All Day IPA, which I think is a really good IPA. Most of the other ones ever since then I have not been that thrilled with. So let me go ahead and give the aroma. And we got it's actually got a fairly nice aroma. You get a nice citrus up front. You get a little lemon, a little pine. A little of that fresh churned earth dankness. Maybe a hint of grapefruit. So it's a pretty nice aroma. What you would expect from an IPA. Let's do taste. And it's reasonably subdued. Again, 42 IBUs, you kind of expect that. 4.4% alcohol, you'd expect that also. Just a hint of the bread and malt up front. A little bit, not even that toasty caramel I usually mention, just like a little bit of saltine, a little bit of cracker. A slight hint of grapefruit, slight hint of pine, and it does finish actually a little bit better, or a little bit more bitter than I would expect with 42 IBUs. There is a little bit more bittering at the end, so it does have a nice little bitter bite at the end. The bitter is actually higher than the number, which is quite interesting. Not a bad job for a session IPA. I get a little bit of flavor in there. I get some bitter in at the back end. It does finish quite dry. I am drying out right now. Like I said, get a little bit of grapefruit, just a hint. A little bit of pine, just a hint. Probably the biggest disappointment in the flavor would be I want a little bit more malt up front. It's not even balanced because the other flavors are fairly light, but just a little bit more malt to be more what I want from an IPA. All in all, it's a pretty good beer. Might be a nice gateway IPA for somebody who's just trying to get into them. It's probably a little more bitter. A lot of times, new people, I always say, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is the one to go to when you try to step somebody up from Budweiser, Bud Light, fuzzy water piss. But this might be an interesting choice. Again, it is sessionable, so it'd be a nice beer if you're doing something around the yard and you want to stay hydrated. Be good for that. Score-wise, I'm gonna give it an 80 out of 100. I mean, like I said, it's got a lot of good things going for it, and I'm talking about degrees rather than just total. It's a well-made beer. Nice job, 21st Amendment. Until next time, keep drinking.